Hello, friends. My name is Dave Miller.
And I'm Niall Spain.
And I'm Kyle Crawford. And we are your fuck buddies.
Oh, hell yeah. Happy Pride. So this is our Pride episode.
Happy Pride.
It is. We mentioned it was Pride Month last week, but now we're just fucking celebrating it.
Hell yeah. Also, you'll notice we've Kyle back with us.
Yeah.
Yay.
Thank you, Kyle, for coming. You're the best.
Yes.
Last episode
So
was
happy.
great, and we're happy to have you back.
Yeah, it was so fun. I'm so happy to be back.
Right? Back in the closet.
Where I belong.
Never.
JK.
No,
JK.
literally.
Nobody belongs in the closet.
Nobody. That's true, actually.
Except maybe R. Kelly.
Oh!
Oh.
Touchy subject.
We starting? We just going for it?
Hold on.
No,
I
but
do
answer.
have things because today is an important day. But it's the 3-year anniversary of the Pulse nightclub.
Yes,
Really?
it
Today?
absolutely
It is, yeah.
Oh, fuck.
And I think it's important to talk about, especially on a Pride episode.
Yeah.
Of the fact that, like, despite the fact that we're doing okay
We're doing better.
with progressive, there's still a lot of bullshit that's happening, and like 3 years ago is way too soon for something like that to happen.
Yeah. And it never should have happened.
So I just wanted to, before we get started, I know it sucks to start on a bummer, but yeah, June 12th, 2016, 49 people were killed and 53 were wounded. A lot of them were very young. A lot of them were in their 20s and 30s. I'm not even going to talk about the gunman because that's
fuck that.
fuck that shit.
Yeah.
By an asshole.
But it was literally targeting LGBT plus people that night, and it really sucks, and it's something to think about and reflect on.
And something we need to think about and remember, because it's like it's 3 years. We're not that much fucking further, and I'm sure, like...
It's hard for me to believe it was 3 years ago, to
Yeah.
be completely honest. Like, I remember it like it was yesterday.
And it's... I bring it up because of all this stupid bullshit about a straight pride parade. You know what I mean? And this like stupid bullshit talk about like, well if gays get it, like, I'm proud to be straight. It's like,
yeah,
we
fuck
get
off.
it. You know what you also haven't been? Mass murdered because you're straight.
Yeah,
you know what I
exactly.
mean? You know what you also haven't been? Beaten up on a fucking bus because you're straight.
Yeah, there are a million reasons for pride, and like people need to fucking realize that and remember it and celebrate accordingly.
Yeah, I mean the first Pride was a riot. You know what I mean? It was an actual riot against police brutality and police invasions of gay space.
Stonewall.
Yeah. It's important to remember those things, and it's easy to get caught up with sort of like consumerism, pride, and like slapping a rainbow and shit and being like, we did it, but we haven't.
Yeah.
No.
Stonewall's also our anniversary this year, isn't it? Is it 50 years?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, I don't want to start the episode on a bummer.
Well, no, but
it's
we're also not going to
important to talk
ignore
about,
real
you know?
shit. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So, like, to anyone out there having a hard time, anyone out there not safe necessarily, you know what I mean? I'm sure there's people out there who haven't come out yet, who feel like they can't, and people who have to deal with shit on a daily basis. You know what I mean? Even if you're doing well, you still have to deal with shit on a daily basis. So,
And anybody in the gay community who was around during that time, like obviously not just in Florida, but just the overwhelming sense of we are all one. And I know, just like best friends were hugging best friends, and everybody came together, and it happened on Pride Month. And it was just like, this is why we are who we are, and why we have to stand up, and why everybody needs a voice, is to combat awful, awful, awful things like that. It was such an eye-opener for, like, I was 26 at the time or something like that. It's like, wow, pride really is a big deal, and look what happens, and this is why we have to be proud.
Yeah.
This is why we have to speak up, and this is why we have to
100%.
talk about things, and, you know, this is why we have to have a voice. So,
Yeah, it's
3 years.
Like I said, it's easy to get caught up on like, let's drink until we're blackout and
Easy,
dance
yeah.
and
Of course.
party and
Pride's fun, and it should be,
Yeah.
but it doesn't mean there aren't like fucking real fucking issues.
Yeah,
that
we gotta
there's a
remember the
reason why
reason.
it's there, you know.
Yeah.
So anybody who has an issue with pride, fuck you. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry,
No,
actually. And
we're
just-
often very careful about the
no.
words we use and the insults that we throw. But like, if you are actively against a pride,
then you're a piece of shit.
I can actively say fuck you.
So just fucking like think for 1 minute, because it doesn't affect you. It's not ruining your life. It's not affecting your life at all. But it is wildly important to so many people in the fucking world, and it's great. So
With that, I do want to mention some good news. I wanted to balance it out. Botswana, which is a African
Right.
country just decriminalized homosexuality.
Yeah.
I think it was yesterday. At least
Which,
the time we're recording.
in one sense is amazing, but in another sense is wild that it just happened fucking yesterday.
I know
Well-
it is wild, but better late than never. And the
Yeah,
rest
no,
of the world is
100%.
gonna catch
It's like
up. Like
progress
even,
in
No,
progress.
that's what I'm
even-
saying, but
right.
obviously, like...
But I mean, like things like just recently, a Hong Kong, I think it was like an immigration official or something, literally just got the right to call his male partner like with spousal privileges. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So like, and it's not even like gay marriage. I don't think, or same-sex marriage. I don't think is even legal there. And they're one of the most developed countries in the world, like
Yeah,
one of the
yeah.
most technologically advanced, one of the most culturally advanced countries in the world, and it's still.
It's fucking
not
insane.
legal. I will mention some other things. So same-sex marriage became legal in 2019 in Austria and Taiwan. Places like Spain, Germany, New York, and 15 other states also banned, or at least called for a ban on conversion therapy, which is also something that is just fucking like mind-boggling horrific.
Yeah.
So we are making strides. I just wanted to like sort of balance out the bad with the
Yeah.
good.
And I can't remember if it was this year or late last year, but we also got to watch the gay Taoiseach of Ireland invite Mike Pence to a meeting where he brought his boyfriend and talked about how proud we are to be inclusive and be the first country to legalize gay marriage by
That is
popular
so
vote.
fabulous.
Yeah.
And just watch Mike Pence die inside the whole time because he had to be politically, I guess politically he had to be agreeable, and he
Yeah.
was just going pale, and they knew how much pain he was in and just kept pressing it, and it was fucking glorious. So shout out to that.
Should we do some questions?
Yeah.
Oh, let's do some questions.
Well, no, I can't do my funny openers. Should I start?
Let's do it.
This is from the Reddit, subreddit Ask Gay Men, and this is by user Gay Teen Nerd. High school drama, smiley face. What am I supposed to do? It's a little long, so bear with me. Hello, everyone. I literally just joined Reddit to ask your advice. I go to a high school with a student body full of homophobes, and only one of my best friends knows that I'm gay. Around a month ago, one of the popular girls, let's name her Kay, said she had a crush on me. I told her I'm not currently interested in dating anyone. Now, the problem is I haven't dated anyone in 3 years, and most people find that odd, which it definitely is. Kay said it's okay, we can just be friends and chat. I was alright with that, and after a while she started telling me how she doesn't agree with what everyone says in school, and that she supports LGBT. I just responded with cool, and then she asked me if I was gay, which of course, due to the circumstances, I denied. Then she started telling me it's 2019, she's not going to tell anyone if I am, and I'll be her gay best friend. Why the fuck do girls care about that so much? She kept pressing me, and I finally confessed. She took a screenshot, posted on her goddamn story. I've never hated anyone so much in my life. Morning after, most of my friends don't even talk to me, and now the school is worse than hell. Members of student government voted for a re-election to eliminate me as the treasurer, and everything is going bad in school. Fortunately, my parents haven't noticed the big news yet, and this year is kind of over, and I have the summer ahead of me. But what about next year? Should I change my school or just date someone as a cover? I keep denying the screenshot, and I tell everyone that I just said that to get rid of her. Nobody believes me. Thing that I'm quite sure about is that I can't go to school as who I am. I know this might sound ridiculous to some of you, but that's my truth. Also, should I tell my parents or wait until they find out and just deny everything? My plan was to come out in college when I'm miles away from my parents.
Wow.
That fucking sucks.
Poor guy. I want to hear what you guys have to say about this before I dive in.
Yeah, so firstly, that girl's a piece of shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's
That's
oh
not
my
okay.
God, damn
Never
it.
out anybody. I think that's a rule we can all get behind, and
Yeah.
if you don't know that, then you should know that. That's not anybody's choice to make for anybody else ever, because it's a big fucking deal, and you don't have to live that shit, so fuck you if you think you can do that.
Also, yeah, like if
Good
there's-
intentions
if there's
or
a-
not, and I'm guessing there are no good intentions
If
here.
there's a reason someone hasn't, like, if someone hasn't told people that they're gay, there's probably a fucking reason for it. And clearly this school is, like, a piece of shit anyway. So, like, it sucks that this person clearly set that, like, the question asker up to sort of, like,
Yeah.
just be like, boom, here's some drama. Fuck it.
That's a really horrible thing to do.
So yeah, that's obvious is that the girl is a piece of shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
Now-
why it's outing somebody is absolutely the worst thing that you can do, and I am gonna say as a gay man why it is so bad, because some people might just say, oh well, who knows why they keep into this. Coming out isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's not necessarily a hard thing. It is for some people. It is a bad thing for some people. It is a hard thing for some people. For other people, it's a joyous thing. For some people, it's exciting. Regardless, it's your thing to do.
Yeah.
There are milestones that people go through in life, and being a gay person, that's something that you have to go through, and it's like a process of life. And when you get to sit down with your best friend and tell them that you're gay and get that hug, when you have to do it to your tell your parents that you're gay, and it might be great for a lot of people, unfortunately it's not. Regardless, it's you, and when you get to choose to do it, and when you out somebody, you're 1,000,000,000% robbing them from all that control. What is going to be a part of their lives is now not under their control at all. It's under the control of some bitch, some literally rotted kimchi cunt, like just some fermented, just coated in hell bitch. Like you can't do that to somebody.
No, 100%.
And you would hope that this day and age, like through social media, that thank goodness this guy has an outlet to reach out and talk to other people and get what's going on. But sadly, social media is another way to put him on blast, which is something I didn't have to worry about when I was younger.
Yeah.
And like the thing is, you don't know necessarily whether it's going to go well or not. You know what I mean? Even as much as you hope or as much as it should, you don't know. And like, so I think that's one thing we get out of the way. Like, that's fucked. As to what they're going to do, like, fuck. Like, the thing is, part of me...
It's out of his control now, sadly.
That's
what's so horrible about outing somebody is from that. It's like, what, damage control?
Yeah, well, it's still like how you act,
that
you know?
sucks.
Like, you can, part of me wants to be like, you know what, if you just...
Exactly.
Like, I don't want to even say this because you don't really know anyone's position. It sounds pretty awful.
Yeah.
I will say, like, if, like, you can leave school. You can. And you can start a new school. And honestly,
you can,
probably...
But how do you tell your parents?
That's what I was going to say as well. Because you're
going
to either have to come up...
I want to go to a new school. Why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because...
You're going to have to come up with a reason because it's time, effort, and money on their behalf, depending on what they do. And, like, they're not just going to blink and be like, sure. You're going to have to come up with a reason, which either means you come up with a lie or you tell them. And clearly your plan to tell them was in the future, so that's less than fucking ideal, but at the same time, maybe you do want to get out ahead of this. I don't know how they'd find out from school, but
I would think that
maybe it's better to...
I would think that grand scheme probably wouldn't be the best way to go about it. I would think that weather the storm and just do what you got to do and get through it. I would say that hopefully you can tell your parents, and hopefully your parents can be supportive and help you get through weathering the storm, as opposed to grand scheming it. And it'll pass, and then eventually high school is over, and you will find your own people. Well, and then there will be a billion other gay people, and you sit around and you tell them about this story, and you got to realize that
and you
it
all
does get
hate
better.
K.
Exactly.
That's what you can bond on hating K.
All
the
you just gotta
Ks
get
in
through
your life.
And everybody has like high school drama, like whether it's gay or not. There's a lot of kids that are bullied for a billion reasons, and you just got to get through it. You just got to weather the storm.
Well,
and
that's
then
the thing.
You
like,
do find your
there is
people,
an
like,
end.
You really do.
There's an end in
Exactly.
sight.
Yeah.
And I know it will probably feel like forever, especially when you're that young.
Of course.
Yeah,
and
the thing that sucks,
especially
like,
given
high school
like
seems like the be all and end all of life. Like, things that happen in high school, like a breakup, feels like you'll never love again.
I mean, at 29, a breakup feels like that for me. Like, I couldn't even imagine.
And the thing is, like, this is obviously worse than the breakup, but to me, there's like three immediate options with like little offshoot options, and it's either you own it, you deny it, or you move school. Right?
I say own it.
And that's what I was going to say was own it, but
listen to the music that you like the best and relate to it and fall into it, and whatever the hell it is, whatever hobby, whatever anything is going to help you escape in the time being, just do it for as long as you got to do it. And if that's a year, if that's 2 years, if it's 6 months, just do it, and there is another side to that. Own it. You have to. That's
the thing. If people are, like, I feel like when you start denying things, especially because nobody seems to believe it anyway, you're kind of just...
It gets deeper. It gets harder.
It gets deeper. It gets worse. People get more shitty about it.
And it's hard to say own it, but it's going to be hard in any situation. And there are escapes. There are, there's ways to fall into loving yourself in other ways than just the social aspect of school, and as hell as it might be, and as hard as this thing, the whole thing. Unfortunately, Kay, she robbed you of anything that's going to be easy. It's going to be hard. So you're just going to have to, just strengthen up. Just, humans get through a lot of adversity. Humans get through a lot of stuff, and that's one of the times that you have to, is with somebody outs you. It sucks. It's awful. Okay, bitch, you shouldn't have done it. But you did, and now he's going to have to choose one of those options. Yeah. And I say own it.
I feel like on the positive side, you're not the only gay kid in school at all.
Absolutely.
So
and you know what?
if you own it, maybe someone will come up to you and be like, "Look."
And Niall, that is not far fetched. That is
That's
something
not.
that
That's
happens.
true. Like
there were gay kids when I was in high school that because I was the out one, they could gravitate towards me, or I would notice they would sit next to me. And MSN was the thing back then, so I remember certain kids adding me to MSN and just saying me too. Yeah, sometimes you can be the leader, even if it is some back swamp, rural backwards kind of place. You can be the kind of person.
maybe it's hard as fuck.
Yeah, but your hard times, I think anybody's easy time has come through somebody else's hard times.
Yeah.
Like that's happened.
And like the
that
shitty
is a
thing,
positive. You're right. That's absolutely a positive.
Like they're saying that like friends of theirs won't talk to them. They're not your friends then. Like I know it sucks.
Also,
but...
we're forgetting revenge. Do something to her.
Oh, get this
Egg
girl.
her.
Get this girl so hard.
Literally cut her hair in school. Do something. Like, I don't know.
Okay.
Kill her.
I do want to be the voice of
Egg
reason
her!
here.
Egg the bitch!
If this is a place that hates gay people, maybe don't encourage anything that will
No, you're
retaliate
right. No,
and
violence on
No.
violence. I'm that's... egg the bitch. No, don't do it.
No, I assume you can
Good job, Dane.
understand that we're
That's why Dane's
joking.
our dad.
I know. I'm just saying.
Daddy.
I'm just saying.
Zaddy.
No, we're saying that with like, a grain of salt.
I mean, if you come up with a devious plan,
I'd egg the bitch.
I'm not against.
Put jam on her locker handle.
Oh shit! Every day, show
Jam
up
up that
early to
locker
work,
handle.
and just.
Are you guys telling me you've never seeked revenge on somebody in high
I'm
school?
glorious
Yeah,
for
no,
revenge.
I absolutely did, but I also didn't have a target on my back,
Fair.
which I feel like this kid does, and like any excuse for him.
Yeah, you don't want to put yourself in a worse position.
Because like he's still a dude. If you go after a girl, there's a bunch of guys who are willing to go after you.
yeah, and then you're giving them the excuse, right?
That's my concern. Although a Jamie Locker never hurt nobody.
Yeah, jam up that locker handle. Get her in the pettiest ways so nobody knows it was you.
Stealth egg the bitch. It can be your first opportunity for drag. Get a wig, go get in drag, and just run up to her, egg her, and run away. Say it was somebody from the school down the street or in another neighborhood.
Or do you have a
And then just laugh
selfie with
about
you
it.
and her? You probably have a picture of you guys at some point. Just lightly edit like hair where there shouldn't be hair onto her, and then post it as your profile picture.
Photoshop is such a thing these days.
Yeah, I know. Right?
I wonder, hearing these things, I wonder what my coming out or what my being gay when I was in high school would have been like with social media and screenshotting. And
Man, I'm so glad fucking Facebook didn't exist when I was.
Yeah.
right?
We can say own it. We don't really know the situation. It
No,
could
we
be.
don't.
It could be. It
From
could be
the-
really bad.
Exactly.
But the thing is, I feel like
From the information
this
given.
was posted like really recently.
Mm-hmm.
And
it
I
said
think
2019 in the post.
thankfully these days you actually do have a bit of recourse. So if people like, and if you own it, you have a little bit more leg to stand on. Because if you're like, yes, I'm gay, and people are like, hey, we're gonna vote to get you not treasure, and you're like, why? And they're like, oh, they have to come up with a reason. And if you don't, you could probably go to a superior. Again, one of them's probably gay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and I know this is a very optimistic tone. I know there's a lot of places that are fucking shitty and a lot of people who are shitty, and a lot of places where no matter what, you'll still
Yeah,
be
you can't just give 1 plus
shunted
1 doesn't
aside.
equal 2 in
Yeah,
this
but at the same
situation.
time, there are a lot of places where that is true. So
Sure.
you probably, again, you know yourself best, and you know your situation best. So it might be worth a shot. Like,
I'm gonna take a pragmatic stance and be like, if you think you are in physical immediate danger
Oh, yeah.
going back to school, coming out to your parents, because again, like fingers crossed, they don't want you to die or be beaten to death.
yeah.
So hopefully, if you think like the best thing for your personal safety is to get to another school where you can start fresh and just sort of be like, fly under the radar for the next year or whatever you have left of school, I think maybe coming out to your parents and being like, yo, I got outed. I super scared. Can I go somewhere else?
Yeah, no, totally.
Yeah,
And there's always someone you can
we
reach
can
out
survive humiliation, but we can't survive
Yeah.
kicks to the head
Yeah.
in like
So,
a
Like, we're
always-
just talking about basic high school shit. Like, think
Yeah.
about any time that anybody is, under scrutiny or bullied or targeted for any reason.
Yeah.
There's always, it's always a shitty, awful situation. When it comes to being outed and being out, there is a lot of times that it seems so much scarier than it is. My situation, it seemed terrifying. And, like, I had a great coming out experience. It was wonderful. It shocked the hell out of me. I didn't expect it to be so loving and so embracing. And it is sometimes a lot of the opposite, and that is something that, kids need to know, is that a lot of the time it isn't as scary as you think it is. But that's for you to discover and you to do on your own time, and you realize when you're less scared of it that you can do it. But it's not as scary as as some people think it is.
You're not the first person to go through this.
No,
exactly.
You know what I mean?
And
So
there's definitely other gay people in your
an-
school.
That's what I'm trying to is really convey here, is that every gay person, just about every gay person these days, has to go through it at some time. It's like losing your virginity, like losing your virginity is something that you do on your terms, hopefully.
Yeah.
If you don't, it's an awful, terrible, terrible, terrible thing. Coming out is something that you go through on your terms and you realize in any way. And if somebody takes that from you, it's awful. It's terrible. So when it happens, you got to make the best of it. You got to do whatever's best. And I say you got to own it, and you got to go on headstrong, and you have to be honest. And that's the best that you can do of a shitty situation.
All right, we're moving on.
What, Dane?
Hey guys.
What?
I got a question for you.
Okay.
Is my butthole all right?
Excuse me. Jesus.
This comes from Reddit user Love to All.
I'm so scared.
Well, let's
He
see it.
asks, "Is my butthole all right?
Okay.
I'm 27 and I'm newly out. I love bottoming for boo, and I feel like I'm really good at it too.
For boo?
The only problem is my asshole feels raw and tender for days after sex. It's not too bad, but I wonder if my butthole is all right. Is there anything I could have done to prevent this?"
Well, as the only bottom here, Dame, what do you think?
Lube, my man.
Yeah.
Just what are you doing?
Does he mention if he lubes?
Nope.
Yes, the answer is yes. If he bottoms and he lubes, there's no such thing as bottoming without lubing. And if you're not lubing, then don't bottom. So there's that.
I figured this would be a quick question.
Yes. There's probably nothing wrong with your ass. What's his name?
Love to all.
I love to all. Your ass is
If
probably
you're
fine.
loving everyone, no wonder your ass is raw.
If you like it, then you like it. I mean, like when... Okay, fine. I'll be personal. When I first started bottoming, yeah, it was uncomfortable, but I felt like that passed. And sometimes if I'm bottoming more than I'm not, yeah, I also feel a little swollen, a little sensitive, a little... What did he say? Tender?
Tender.
Tender.
Raw, I believe.
Raw and tender.
Oy. Okay, so
the name
then
of
the
Kyle's
only
sex
advice is however much lube you've been using,
Use more.
double it. Yeah,
Yeah.
double
Butter.
it.
Get butter up in there.
Well, there is boy butter. That is a thing.
I produce it on the daily.
Boy butter is a really
Yeah.
thick, gelatinous, white lube.
Yeah, it's
that
pretty
is
much
Thick
what I do in the
gelatinous
shower.
and white? That's
Fisting.
Dane.
Whatever lube you've been using, double it up, and then see how your asshole feels in a week.
I make boy butter every day in the shower.
Did you say swollen? Did you say swollen? Does that lead me on to my next
swollen
question?
assholes are a thing.
This is from Victoria Loves Lace.
Jesus Christ.
A really stupid question. Does prostate swelling improve bottoming? So apparently it's basically normal. Instance of multiple tens of percents for older men to experience benign, non-cancerous prostate swelling as they age. For a variety of reasons, this often leads to urinary problems. My question is, does this improve bottoming by making the prostate easier to hit? Obviously, no medical resource would answer this question, as this really isn't the sort of thing medical establishment would do research on. Does anyone here have any experience on this?
That is a question for Gays Anatomy, not Fuck Buddies podcast.
Gays Anatomy.
Absolutely.
Please tell me that's an actual podcast.
No, but it should be.
That's the best name!
That's a
Can we
great
name it
name.
this? Can we
Yeah.
name this episode?
You know what?
TM.
Fuck you guys. You guys have eased me into the podcast world. I'm going to start Gays Anatomy.
Oh, motherfucker, you better have me on.
Goodbye.
Better have me on.
I don't
But-
know. I have nothing to say about that. Not a thing.
Really?
I don't know. Swollen prostate?
You're old as fuck. You should be...
I am 29. Thank you. And I have nothing to say about swollen prostates.
Yeah, no, I just read
I
that
bought them
'cause-
on Christmas and Thanksgiving, and that's it. And my prostate is...
Do you remember that band Swollen Prostates?
Ooh.
That rap group?
Yeah, they had that song.
Called...
I can't remember a single fucking Swollen member's fucking
Oh.
song.
Okay, I'm
I
going
tried to get
to...
there, guys. I tried.
I'm going to move on to a deleted user's question. What is your thank God I'm gay moment?
Oh, my goodness. Okay, here. Thank God I'm gay. Okay, so you guys know that I love having you guys as friends, even though you're straight. And your friend... Listen. Listen. I'm getting somewhere with this.
Okay.
And this is something that a lot of gay guys, a lot of gay people can relate to. But I have a thank God I'm gay moment every time I leave any party that you have, Niall. And I've talked about this. Because when I hang out with a bunch of straight people and a bunch of like, we like play board games and we're all pretty like fun and everything.
We're all pretty.
And the minute I say the slightest, sassiest, maybe gay, little pun, little joke, everybody thinks I'm so hilarious.
No, but you're hilarious.
Okay, but sometimes it's literally like if I said that same thing to a group of gay men, it would just be like flatline. And I say it to you guys, and I feel like the funniest, coolest, wittiest person in the world, and I leave your parties every time saying, thank God I'm gay. That's the first thing that came to my mind, so it has to be the truth.
You are one of the funniest, wittiest, coolest people I know,
Thank you.
Not sure that counts.
Okay, well, that's the first thing that came to my mind.
Well,
Thank God I'm gay.
Okay, thank God I'm gay anytime I hear about any pregnancy story.
No, I hear you. I hear you there.
Yeah, anytime that I hear about any pregnancy scare, thank God I'm gay. Yeah, I really do. I really do feel that way.
Into my next question, so just earmark that one.
We'll just go for it.
This comes from user Storm of Lions. Condom broke. Hello, guys. So I just had sex with my boyfriend. When he was inside me, he used condom. Both of us heard a popping sound from his dick. He immediately pulled out in a split second, and we saw that the condom was broken on the side of the head area. In brackets, question mark. I saw that his dick was soft under, and he pulled out, and I assumed... Wait, what? Okay, this last bit makes no sense. I saw that his dick was soft under, and I assumed that as he pulled out, his dick was inside the lower part of the condom, so it had no contact with my body. Okay, so I guess he assumed that his dick wasn't hard enough to get through the top. I don't even know if that last sentence even makes sense. Okay, fair enough. Or not. But I'm just trying to think positive. Side info, both of us are in a monogamous relationship, and none of us had any trace of any STDs. Is this something to be worried about? My boyfriend doesn't seem to worry.
He sounds like a not a hemophiliac.
Hypochondriac?
There we go.
Yeah.
or he's pregnant.
Or he's pregnant.
It is
You've got a junior situation.
highly likely that his butt is now the baby's home.
He's got a butt baby.
If there was ever a chance for a man to be pregnant,
Kyle would have triplets
myself as tribute. I would love to be a pregnant.
What if the best mom?
What if it grew in your butt though? What if your
I don't
uterus
care.
was
Grow
in
it
your
anywhere.
butt?
If I could birth a child, I don't care if it was coming out of my nostril. I'm doing it. I don't know. This guy sounds like he's really paranoid. He's in a monogamous relationship.
Yeah, no.
With neither of them. That props to you for still using condoms. Mm-hmm. So that's good. But don't worry.
Yeah.
Have you ever told the story about my only time a condom broke?
No.
So the only time a condom broke, anytime I've ever used a condom, was the first time I had anal sex.
Mm-hmm.
And it was kind of a complete accident. I had her up
kind of.
Well, I had her up against the wall.
Was it half not an accident? You sicko?
Well, no, I didn't intend to fuck her in the ass.
So it was a complete accident.
I was fucking her from
behind.
behind.
You had spontaneous ass sex.
And then I moved her. She was moving, so all she had was a couch, a bunch of boxes, and that was it. So we started on the couch, and then I bent her over some boxes, and then I moved her to the wall to fuck her up against the wall. But I slipped out, so then I went to put myself back in. But I inserted into the butt.
Did she scream in horror?
No, I assume she's probably she enjoyed it.
#pro.
Yeah, she was probably.
Hold on. Did you just slip into her ass?
If it gets very wet down there, sometimes it's a lot easier to do that.
So
have either of you ever had anything up your ass?
No.
Yeah, technically. Did you not listen to the last episode?
No.
I had a inquisitive finger awkwardly poked up there once.
Okay, finger and dick are two different fucking things. And let me tell you...
Not when it comes to me.
Dane's fingers are incredibly long and thick.
Okay, I don't mean to take away from your story. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Keep going. She's taken it up the ass 1 billion times then if she did not fucking screech.
I mean, maybe.
If it went right the fuck up there...
No. There was some resistance, but I figured it was just because we were standing. And
it's like a fucking elastic snapping. It's
funny you should say that because that's what happened with my fucking condom.
Yeah, okay. Fair.
And I think it was sort of because of the resistance to insert. No, I'm good.
Okay.
The fact that we didn't use any fucking lube.
But who is this girl?
Don't worry about
Yeah,
it.
we're just gonna name her.
Jesus Christ!
The thing is,
I
like,
hope she's a porn star now.
things get very slippery down there.
If she can take
They-
unlubed Dane dick spontaneously,
But it would have been
smoothing-
somewhat
I
lewd
was
because he
wearing a
was
condom,
already
yeah.
in there.
worse.
But no, he was already within her, so
Yeah.
there's a lot
I
of
already
like
had
her
some,
own
like,
juices.
vagina juice.
I had some
Yeah,
juices,
so it's
and I had
body's
a
natural
lubricated
lube.
condom.
Yeah,
Well, I'm learning shit today.
so there's a lot of slippy stuff down
So
there.
like I wasn't going in just fucking dry. I wasn't, but it broke. But because I had never been inside of a butt before, I didn't really know like the sensation or difference. So I ended up finishing inside of her. And I was so paranoid that I bought her a Plan B.
Well, that's how I was born.
You're kidding.
You
Nope.
dumbass.
How
what
old
age
were you?
I mean, this was it was not that long ago.
Dane!
What?
You're lying!
It's a bum.
No, but here's my
You
worry
buy
was
someone.
my worry was that it was going to drip out of the butt and somehow get inside the vagina.
Okay,
Look, I am the most
Dan, you need
terrified-
to listen to next
Dane,
episodes.
we were just drinking out before we did this podcast, and I was like revering Dane for his intelligence. I really was. I was looking at Dane with like
You're on a
stars in
sex
my
and
eyes,
dating advice
thinking, "You are
podcast."
so intelligent, Dane."
Okay.
Look, I'm so fucking paranoid.
Dan, we're gonna put you on the bench. We're gonna record next week's episode. We're gonna teach you how pregnancy works.
Look, I understand. I get it. But I was
You bought her Plan B, and what did she do? Laugh her ass off. And say,
put it-
"There's $60
She
down
she
the
put it up her
toilet."
butt. It was a weird situation. That's not where it goes.
She definitely was like, yeah, you don't need to. I was like, yeah, but let's just be safe.
No,
Yeah,
You're like, next time's
you
on
didn't
me.
say that.
I did.
This is the most interesting story I've ever heard in my entire life.
Like, look, guys, I'm not proud of it. I understand that it, but, what if?
But
What if? Okay, I'm just saying. What if? What if she was doing like?
You
What
should have
if
took
after?
that pill back and got a refund.
What if afterwards I left and she was like, I'm gonna do some somersaults, and that fucking inertia sort of flung my semen into the other hole.
You do know that you do know now, right? You've researched.
Yes. Yeah, I know. I mean, I knew then.
You're just that
But,
paranoid.
But I was like, I
So
was
you
this
can relate
question.
to this. You can relate to the guy then.
No,
with the
that's-
monogamous
so-
boyfriend.
so
and
my-
you know what?
my
It's
brain-
not actually.
My point
His
is,
point makes more
Sometimes
sense
it's
than
just
Dane's.
theory. Yeah,
My,
it
here's
does.
the
It
thing.
really
Here's the thing.
does.
My point is, I understand this like irrational fear
Mm-hmm.
of like his bare dick might have touched a bare part of me. Ah.
Yeah, well, I think if you're worried,
get
go
that.
get a test. And other than that, if you're not worried but something untoward happens, get a test. And
My thing is like if you both have been recently
Yeah.
tested for STDs and you both are like, no, we're 100% clean.
Yeah.
You're good. My concern was just like
pregnancy.
weird pregnancy
Which makes
bits.
less sense. But
Also,
okay.
I've also read things of like the lining between the anal
Just
and
stop.
the vaginal cavity
Just
being
stop.
worn from frequent anal sex.
He also reads
Oh,
things.
that's a thing.
That's 100%
If
a
she
thing.
squirts cum out her ass and it slips up into her pussy, she can get pregnant, right?
I don't think so.
I mean, I don't know about
I'm pretty sure like semen doesn't
Why not?
survive. Semen doesn't survive very long outside the body, which is why sometimes like you can't get pregnant
I was
even
just
when
trying
you're
to make
trying.
Dane look less stupid.
I know,
but
yeah. No, I refuse to do that.
Yeah, there's no helping
No.
me on this one. Look, I
Uh,
just wanted to share that story.
fair.
It's full transparency. Look, we all make mistakes. We all get paranoid. And sometimes when a condom breaks, we panic.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I understand that this guy's point of view. So chances are, if you both been tested with STDs recently and you're clear, you're good.
And if you're worried, just go get tested again.
Go get tested again.
And don't use those condoms that you get at the gay bars in the bathrooms with the information pack because those do break. Those break all the fucking time. You need to get you some Trojans or some Magnums or some Durex.
Yep.
Not
You
the,
know what?
Not the bar condoms.
I always used to like sort of like poo-poo the skin condoms.
Used to poo on skin condoms.
I know it.
No.
Well, Dave, we just talking about ass sex. Come on now.
That's probably bad choice of phrasing.
Dan, you never got pregnant up the ass. You know this. You know it's okay. If you were pulling out condoms,
But like skin, I always thought was like the discount brand.
SKYN, right?
yeah.
I've never tried.
But I have a
Really
latex sensitivity. So
Yeah,
they
speaking
make
of your
It's called a
allergies.
boner, Dan.
they make a very good latex free contact or
Is it
condom.
made out of lamb flesh?
contacts. It is, I believe. No, I don't think it is.
What's it made out of?
I don't know.
But it's
What
not
if you're
latex.
dating someone
I
who's
can check the
vegan?
box. I have someone. That's what I'm thinking. I was like,
Oh,
oh,
no.
shit.
Gotta go.
But I
But the
don't.
skin condoms aren't that bad.
They're. I use them for a very long time they're like large format. That was the other thing, is like a lot of condoms that are made latex free only come in one size, which is, if you've ever used condoms that don't fit you,
The worst.
fucking terrible. It's almost as bad as using something that makes you feel shitty. So they made
Stop
like
saying poo poo and shitty and all this stuff. Or having a gay pride podcast.
All right. Ready for next one?
Yep.
Anybody know any good books/book series with gay main characters?
Call Me by Your Name. And before it was a movie, it was a book. And I hate reading. Even though one of my best friends to the left of me is a novelist and a writer, I hate reading. But Call Me by Your Name was a fabulous book. That book took me on a journey. That book helped me escape. It's gay, but it's not like in your face. And then you can watch a movie afterwards. The movie was a huge success a couple years ago.
Did you see it? Was it good?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
But the book was way... I was finally that person saying, the book is better than the movie. The book is better than the movie. And
After all those years of
really,
giving me
really
shit.
was. It really was. There's a couple others. If you're young, Grayson versus Grayson is a really good book.
is that a Batman book?
No.
Oh.
No. Grayson, the Grayson family? The great... What is it? Batman what? How does that relate to Batman?
Robin.
Robin.
His last name
Dick
is Grayson.
Grayson.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, the Grayson family. That's
Dick
what I was
Grayson?
trying to say. Maybe that's what inspired them. Yeah, it was a family acrobats, right? They were all
Yeah.
Graysons.
Were they also
the Flying
acrobats?
Graysons?
Yeah.
No, it's not a Batman
okay.
book.
Damn
I was
it.
just testing my own Batman knowledge because I used to love that shit. Anyways, Grayson versus Grayson was a good one. That's all I have off the top of my name. But Call Me by Your Name. It's so popular and it's so mainstream and it's so crazy for a reason because it's fantastic.
I think we should broaden this out to just like general shit, like TV shows, movies, whatever. I will say one of my favorite novels or novel series is Skullduggery Pleasant, which are like YA urban fantasy novels by an Irish author called Derek Landy. And a little bit of a spoiler warning, but not really. The main character becomes, or like realizes that she's bisexual as the book goes on. And it's done very well. It's done very naturally. Also, there's a book called Adventures of Cavalier and Clay, which is about it's basically like referencing the kind of like rise of the graphic novel in America back when like Superman became a big hit and like Batman and all that shit. So it's like an alternate version of that where they have a graphic novel called The Escapist, and one of them deals with being a homosexual back in that time. Ooh. So
yeah, I mean,
it's a great fucking book.
That's what I do. I do love reading and watching stuff about gays from a time that is other than my own. I think it's super.
Actually, I think your boyfriend
The Umbrella
would love that
Academy
book.
also has
at
least a queer character. We're not sure if he's entirely gay, but like,
I think so.
Also
Done well, and he's a great actor.
It's very sort of like
natural.
Yeah, it just kind of happens, and you're like, oh, okay, this.
Yeah, they're not one of those shows where they're
thing.
like, oh my god.
There's another one. I don't really know how I feel about how it was dealt, but like, Supergirl introduces a gay character or like a bisexual character, a queer character. Yeah. And I don't want to say in case anyone's watching.
Don't fucking spoil some shit.
But like, it was introduced, and like, it's interesting to see because I believe they get outed as well. Or something happens in the sense of like, and they don't know how to like sort of like deal with their sort of like realization.
So might be good to.
Which yeah, it was an interesting thing. I feel like it was unfortunately one of those things where I think they were kind of like leaning towards some fan service because it is like a female driven show, and I think they were kind of like looking to capitalize on sort of a market.
Of course,
but it is, you know what, like when it comes to representation, I think that's sort of like how it starts. You know what I mean? Like you start with sort of people being like, oh, there are a group of people that don't have any representation and would like to see heroes in their position.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because like I think Marvel is now also developing either in the MCU or like one of their shows the first gay character, like openly gay character who's and it like actually has like a
even Avengers, the newest one was the first time they openly mentioned like a gay character in any of the Marvel movies, which is fucking insane.
Yeah.
And it was even like very vague, or not vague, but it was very brief. I will say, I think my favorite gay character of all time is Omar from The Wire. If you guys have seen it,
I've never seen The Wire. I know who Omar is.
I actually haven't watched.
I heard
The
he's
Wire.
fabulous.
it's the best shit ever. It's so good.
Lafayette in True Blood is also a fabulous, fabulous, fabulous gay character, and
Hey,
not gay.
also,
show.
You know
Can
what
we,
isn't
like-
a good fucking gay character? everyone in Riverdale.
Nothing in Riverdale's good.
It's true. It's true.
I've
but
never
like,
seen Riverdale.
so
Don't.
for some reason,
I have no
I
interest.
can't remember what season it is, but like I watched it. I gave up this season because I was like, this is the dumbest goddamn bullshit. But at one point in one of the seasons, one of the main characters just becomes gay.
What?
And like she's sort of like stalking another character, which again goes nowhere, and then all of a sudden is dating another character, and like it comes out of nowhere. And I think it's literally because they're like actively trying to get as much Tumblr bait as they possibly can.
Maybe she was outed by Kay, and then she had to.
I mean, maybe.
Fucking Kay. You know what, Kay? We're gonna fight you. Come to the podcast.
Yeah, we're
I
gonna
wouldn't-
fight a high
I
school
wouldn't-
girl.
Yeah, this is the way to move forward.
3 grown ass men.
Yeah.
Are gonna fucking...
What do you think about that?
I wouldn't be me if I didn't mention a gay manga for anybody out there to read.
Are we going for Yuri on Ice or?
I was gonna say Yuri on Ice, but that's not reading. Yuri on Ice is amazing, and I was gonna even wear my Yuri on Ice T-shirt today.
The one I got you?
The one you got me.
Fuck
yes.
yeah.
But yes, if you're gonna watch something, Yuri on Ice, amazing, amazing, amazing. I've watched it 35 times. But if you want to read something gay and manga, A Guy Like You has been revered as one of the best gay mangas ever, and it's very recent. It just started in 2017.
Cool.
So there's one.
I also feel like
That was fun. I want to read your guys' suggestions. I want to read.
Oh man, like so good.
Remind me
Seriously.
after the podcast.
I will. So I will tell you, I do feel like your boyfriend would love the book I mentioned, by the way.
Okay.
It would be untoward of us to go through this question without mentioning a friend of Kyle's and a friend of mine just released a fucking show that is definitely might have a gay character or two in it.
One of my best friends. Yeah.
So it's incredible.
It's a great show. I just watched it the other night. I was there at the live video premiere. It was phenomenal.
I missed the premiere, unfortunately, but I feel like a shout out is definitely in order. So I'm just going to read it in his own words because he's going to describe it better than I can. So it's fuck yes. So FAKYAASS for those interested because I don't know if it comes across when I say fuck yes.
We talked about that the other day. Do you say fuck yes?
I think you have to.
Yes, it's fun.
Fuck yes, it's fun.
Being at the fair, everybody just shouted out the whole time. It was so fun.
So it's a new series about a gay party boy in the city forced to travel back to a small town to take care of his homophobic grandfather. It's a 2-part miniseries. It'll air on Out TV June 17th and June 24th. It'll also be available on their online platform, Out TV Go, to stream anytime you want. So
watch.
The trailer's incredible. I haven't seen it myself, but I will be checking it out, and I feel like everyone should check it out.
All right, I feel like this is gonna be a quick one. Posted by That Boy the One on Reddit. How do you guys feel if right before hooking up with someone, they told you that they had an STI before?
Not the time and not the
No,
place
exactly. I'm like,
I met
nope.
this guy I really liked, and he's been forward and honest about his sexual activities and told me he had gonorrhea in the past. It makes me wonder, now, if he practices safe sex. And I don't know how to ask him without making him feel bad about it. Like, I like him, and I want to do stuff with him, but we aren't friends like that. I don't really understand that last little bit.
We aren't friends like that. Like, if I was to tell Niall that I had gonorrhea a few times, like, we're friends like that, so it's cool.
Mm-hmm.
But if somebody I just went a few days, like, I'm not just gonna tell
That's the
people
thing.
about
I feel
my
like if you're just popping
medical history.
But that's the
popping
thing,
out
like,
your
if you
STI history.
had it, then, like, presumably it's not there anymore.
Yeah,
which means
I feel
it's
like
not a pressing topic.
to that. I would just attribute that to social awkwardness and not knowing when and how to say things.
Or someone's trying to be like, Yo, I'm a big dick baller. I've had sex before.
Or
I
he
noticed
still
you did.
I doubt
Or he still has
it.
it.
Or he still has it and was testing the waters.
No. I don't. I would doubt it. I would think you would have to be really out to lunch or out to dinner if you're gonna be like, I
Have
had
you met
chlamydia
people?
and I still have chlamydia. Like sad. Like STDs, chlamydia, and gonorrhea. You know, it's out there and people get it. And you know, people have sex and people have a lot of sex. And when you're of a certain age, you have a lot of sex. I think sometimes when it comes to gay men in particular, the lines are blurred a little bit. That's why he say we're not friends like that. Because sometimes the lines are blurred between friend, boyfriend, dating, friends with benefits, and just my good Judy. Or my good Judy who I have hookups with. And that can all be very,
Who's my
very,
good
very...
Judy?
Okay, that's a little bit of history. Back in the day when you didn't know if somebody was gay or not, like let's say in the 60s, and you and Amanda and Niall and are all out to dinner, but you two don't know each other, but you have the instance that one of you might be gay, you say, are you a friend of Judy's? actually referring to Judy Garland because she was one of the first gay icons back there. And if Niall says, "Are you a friend of Judy?" to Dane, and Dane says yes, that was your guys' code way of telling each other that you were gay.
Man, I would love to know, because there were probably a lot more people called Judy back then. I'd love to know how many times it was like, "Oh shit, yeah, Judy," and they're like, "Damn," and they're like, "Whoa, why you touching my like?"
Gay
there's
signals
got
in
to
history-
have there's got to have been mix-ups there.
Gay signals in history were they're really fascinating if you look them up. Sometimes if you're my buddy kind of thing, that's like with gay men, sometimes the line is blurred between buddy and fuck buddy, right? So, STDs is sometimes just kind of casual chit chat.
Yeah.
And to be completely honest, if somebody was to say, "I had gonorrhea," that wouldn't surprise me at all, not even a little tiny bit, and I wouldn't judge it against their character. And if anything, I would, put it towards a testament of their honesty.
Yeah.
I really, truly, honestly would.
Thing is how it comes up, right? Like,
Sure.
if you're
Wrong time
talking
to
about
place.
something,
If he's saying we're about to hook up, and he's like, "Ah, blah, blah."
just a heads up, had it before, but I'm good. That's not the
so-
sexiest.
Yeah, my question is he says right before hooking up with someone.
Yeah, that's
So it's like,
ridiculous.
are you just about like a centimeter from fucking insertion, and you're
Just
like,
right
by
by
the way,
the
got
butthole.
gonorrhea. Ah!
Yeah. I feel like if it came up at a time when it was natural for it to come up, that wouldn't have been a question.
That's so
I
ridiculous.
feel like they just said it out of nowhere, and that's weird.
Yeah, if you just sort of like pop that one off just out of nowhere, and that's like regardless of your sexual orientation.
Oh yeah, no, in general, and that's the thing. Like, oh my god, am I
Who
doing a
spilled
dance?
this time?
No, I
No,
didn't
no,
spill,
no,
but my phone
what
fell.
What did you just drop there now?
My
His
phone. I was
dildo.
trying to emulate you.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is just social awkwardness in any way. If you're expecting to fucking get so I wonder if the guy fucked him. Like, I wonder, like, obviously they were about to hook up, and then he said, in whatever context,
Well, he
I
says,
had gonorrhea once.
I like him and want to do stuff with him, so that I assume he hasn't done stuff with him, right?
So obviously wasn't right before a hookup. It wasn't like we're naked and about to hook up. They were probably on a date, and they were probably talking.
Yeah, I mean, like,
One time, one guy told me he saw me in the STD clinic and then led to tell me that what he was there treated for. And I was like...
I mean, that's a power move. Right?
Oh yeah.
That's
And I took it as a testament to his honesty.
and the
and
thing
he
is, if it's
complimented my
something-
outfit. He was like, "I knew it was you because of that shirt."
Nice.
I
And the
was
thing
like,
is, like, fuck it. STDs happen. If you had
They
one,
do.
you got over it. Like, nobody gives a fuck. It's cool. If it comes up in the right time, great. It's awesome that you can own
Yeah,
that.
if
So
But-
if you're on
something
a
that, like-
date, it's less it's socially awkward, ridiculous, or it's socially awkward regardless. But if you're on a date, that's better than if you're about to slip it in and gonorrhea.
If it comes up,
as you so vividly painted as
You
a
know?
picture date.
if it
Like,
comes
that's
up, it's fine.
ridiculous.
If you're just volunteering that information, it's kind of weird.
yeah.
yeah. I mean,
You know?
I feel like the only time you should sort of like volunteer it is if you're about to have sex and you currently have an STD.
Oh, then you definitely
Then
should
you-
volunteer,
then you
and you should have
absolutely
done
need
it
to
a little bit
yeah,
beforehand.
You need to sort of disclose that information.
Yeah.
But like, if you've had something and it's come and passed and you've dealt with it and it's no longer a part of your sort of
Current
body,
danger.
body situation, then like fucking leave it. Just
Yeah.
leave it out of it.
That's the thing. Like, some shit should never be volunteered.
Yeah.
You know, in certain circumstances, certain ones.
I mean,
it's
at bare
essential.
minimum, I would just be straight up turned off if somebody said that.
Yeah, no,
Nobody
if I-
wants to think about a rotting genital.
Yeah, if I was about to sleep with someone and they were like, "I've had chlamydia before," I was like,
Yeah,
"Oh, okay, I guess we'll just call it there." I'll
Even
see,
if I was like
maybe I'll
hooking up
call
with
you
someone, they were like,
sometime.
"Yeah, I had scurvy once, so my teeth were loose." Like, it's nothing to do with their genitals, but I'm still not aroused.
Yeah, it's true. Even if someone was just like, "Hey, you want to hear about the time I got meningitis?"
Ooh,
Like, yeah, no,
yum,
I'm
yum,
good.
yum.
Yeah, no, I'm good. Thanks. I'm
Okay, are we moving on?
Yeah.
All right. Speedo by jalapeno flavored.
Ooh, I'm so intrigued.
How may guys wear a Speedo to the beach? The beach I go to, I'm the only one, it seems.
Hey, let me tell you, go to Greece.
Everybody wear Speedos?
Go to fucking Europe.
Literally, if you do not wear a Speedo on a Greece beach,
Yeah.
apparently you're a fucking asshole.
From what I hear, North America is like the only place that is not like Speedos are taboo.
be
Everywhere
fair,
else it's normal.
People don't
Yeah.
wear Speedos in Ireland. You get shamed real hard for that.
You
Yeah,
guys
but-
don't have sun in Ireland.
yeah,
Yeah, nobody goes to the beach in Ireland. Never
I was
mind.
gonna say, like, no one's ever in a position.
Yeah,
to
no,
wear-
we don't have beaches. I don't know what I'm talking about.
My answer is if you have the body for a Speedo, then bitch, wear a Speedo.
Yeah.
What is the body for a Speedo, Kyle?
Everything I aspire to be. If you have the body for a Speedo, wear
If
it.
you have the confidence for a Speedo, wear a
It's like,
Speedo.
if you think you have the body,
Yeah.
go for it. Like fucking, like who are you upsetting?
Listen,
Like
body
if,
positivity is great.
if you're wearing a thong, like you got to be a little bit covered. You know what I mean? Like
sure.
I don't want to see buttholes.
Wow.
Like
It's 2019, dude.
if I'm in public,
Well, he doesn't want to get anyone pregnant by looking at their
That's the
butthole,
thing.
right?
That is just the ultimate shame, by the way. It's 2019. You know?
no, if I'm out in public, I don't want to see butthole.
Sure.
I think that's a fair thing
If I'm
to
out
say.
in public, there's a lot of shit I don't want to see.
Yeah.
If I'm out in public, I want to see a lot of motherfuckers in a goddamn poncho. So that's why I'm saying if you get the body for a Speedo, then wear a Speedo.
Yeah.
If not,
Um.
wear a quilted
Again,
blanket.
if you think if there are some youths out there with like bats being like, I'm ready to fuck up someone in a Speedo, like maybe don't wear it. But if people are just giving you some looks, it's probably out of jealousy
Sure.
or disgust, maybe disgust.
And
but
if
like,
he sounds like he wants to wear a Speedo, so bitch, go for it.
Yeah.
that's the thing.
100%.
If you're wearing a Speedo, if you literally put on a Speedo the beginning of the day and was like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna go out in public in this,
Yeah.
then just keep.
The thing is, like, unless somebody's
And
coming
when I
up...
say the body for a Speedo, that can mean a million
Yeah,
things.
I know. I was
You know?
just fragging
like
on you.
if you got Lord knows I speak every day about my love handles. Their names are Ruby and Bob, and they are in a happy relationship.
You've got a great fucking body. Shut the fuck up.
Thank you, but
Not that you
listen,
can't have a great body.
You
love
could
animals.
you could
I'm
have
just-
somebody with a big old belly wearing a Speedo, but if they have a big fucking dick to fill it out, then why
Well,
would
first
you wanna
comment
show
is a
that
guy
up?
saying, I'm hella overweight, but I wear a Speedo all the time and I love it, and so do other people. And then the guy was like, wait, your name is Badger something. Are you from Wisconsin? He was like, yeah, I am. I'm pretty sure they're now fucking. So
Yeah.
That is so.
this
sweet.
is great.
That is
again,
the ultimate romance.
I also don't want to. I just want to say, if you're confident in a Speedo, like it's like when people are like, oh, if you're a big girl, don't wear a bikini.
Fuck
Don't
that.
wear the. It's like wear a
Yeah,
shirt. Wear that.
positivity is where it's
You know what I mean?
at,
If you
and it's
want to
fabulous.
fucking rock a 2-piece bikini and you're overweight,
Sure.
fucking go for it. If you're
Sure.
comfortable in it, go for it.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you're not comfortable what you want to, go for it.
Yeah.
You'll get comfortable.
Yeah, I mean, just fucking do what you want.
No one
Yeah.
else is like...
literally
2019.
literally what you are wearing is the only person who gets to decide that is you.
And the thing is, the only people around like who disapprove, you probably won't even know. It's probably in your head.
Yeah.
And if someone comes up and says something, then they're the biggest piece of shit, and you
Yeah.
can just give them the finger
At
as you
which
dance
point-
backwards into the surf.
Yeah, at which point then you pull up your fucking Speedo into a thong and just show them your butthole.
No, you use it like a bow and arrow, and you shoot a small dart into their pectoral that gives
To be
them a
completely honest, I
poison.
could definitely see both of you rocking a Speedo at a beach.
yeah. I
When
look
you were in
amazing.
Greece, did you rock a Speedo?
We did actually matching.
Yeah.
Wow.
One Speedo.
Yeah,
It's
between
got the
us.
same one.
Oh my god, that's so hot. I'm so turned on right now.
No, we did not.
This
know
is
how
getting
that would work.
ridiculous.
Because it's like one strap, like you do it sideways, and one strap goes here, and the ball part goes over you, and then the other one's just on your left hip. So I just have the one strap, but it might just cover it.
This comes from user just a shit ton of letters. Guy in open relationship.
Oh god, I was hoping to God there wouldn't be an open relationship.
Dumped his boyfriend to be with me. I feel terrible. Okay, so I never went on after guys in open relationships, but there was this gorgeous, literally 10, chiseled jaw, body of a Greek god, amazing hair, fucking man on Grindr who I tapped before I saw he was in an open relationship, and I thought, oh fuck, well, he won't acknowledge me anyways, but he did, and I just couldn't help myself, and I thought, oh well, I may as well have fun just this once with a guy in a relationship. Okay, so a couple months down the line, after fun, he started insisting on taking me out to dinner, along with loads of fucking kisses, like couples do. Which at first I thought, oh, we're going as friends. Before the kissing, obviously. Anyways, long story short, a couple days ago, he told me he dumped his boyfriend and we made it official. I don't know why, but I didn't think much of it at the time. Maybe it was his charm, or his beautiful smile and eyes. But it just sunken in for me now that I'm a homewrecker. That guy must feel devastated he lost an amazing guy like that. And I'm to blame. What do I do, guys? I feel awful.
If you're in a relationship, why would you have to dump your boyfriend?
I want to hear what you guys have to say about this before.
If you're
I
in an
go
open
off.
relationship, why would you have to dump your boyfriend to see this person? You're already seeing this person.
That's the thing.
This doesn't make any sense.
As someone who, like, I started my relationship with Amanda in sort of like a polyamorous, sort of open situation. So, like, I was already dating two girls when I met Amanda. I proceeded to date all 3 of them for a while until Amanda and I made it exclusive. At no point in time, like, I wouldn't even consider the time when I became exclusive dumping anyone. You know what I mean?
But the fact that they say boyfriend makes it seem like maybe they were boyfriend and boyfriend and had other relationships. So it was like a polyamory thing, but that was like their main.
That's the thing. Yeah. So like polyamory has like different, dynamics where it's like you have your sort of like main person, and then you have sort of like offshoot
your side hose.
Your side hose. I actually don't remember the terminology, and I'm sorry.
It's side hose, and it's your main boo.
It is not, but
your big boo and your side hose.
For the sake of this podcast, it will be that. But yeah, it's like I dated a girl who was literally in like one of the most sort of like healthy polyamorous relationships I've ever met, and sort of like my guide through all of the like open relationship thing. And like at no point in time was she ever like considering breaking up with a boyfriend. You know what I mean? Like that was her partner.
Well, that's the opposite of what an open relationship is.
That's the thing. Is like if it's one thing if you choose to decide to be with someone exclusively, but like if you're seeing multiple people and you've just mutually agreed to be non-exclusive, you're not breaking up with anyone.
Well, I think that's the difference between dating. Like, if you were dating multiple girls, and then you met Amanda, and you continued to date multiple girls, and then you realized you were in love with Amanda, and now you're monogamous, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of choosing your partner.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say that I broke up with anyone.
Exactly, because you were choosing your partner. You were dating until you found somebody you love.
But also in this situation, it's not like they chose someone they liked.
Exactly.
They just
so
ended
in this situation, there was a couple that was in love in an open relationship, and then there was somebody who came in to sleep with somebody multiple times in an open relationship, in which case one of the guys in the open relationship left his boyfriend to be in a relationship with the other guy, correct?
But they never said they got in a relationship, right?
Yes. Yeah, they did? They said it made it official.
Ah, well then, yeah.
So that is the ultimate fear of anybody that is in an ultimate relationship.
Yeah.
Or, excuse me. That is the ultimate fear of anybody that is in an open relationship. So...
But I feel like those aren't the people who understand what polyamory is.
Exactly, which brings me to... And polyamory and open relationships are different things.
Very true.
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So, like, polyamory is being in love with multiple people.
That's the thing. It's like, if this was a true polyamorous situation, they could have just sort of, like, entered this new player into the thing.
Yes.
And, like, regardless of whether... the boyfriend, like the pre-existing boyfriend, got along with this other person.
Exactly.
It's very...
Dumping isn't typically a part of polyamory.
Yeah.
Right? Polyamory is being in love with multiple people and making that work.
Yeah.
The guy never mentioned polyamory.
That's true.
I think I have a handle of what he was saying. Like I just said, right?
Yeah.
It was the relationship, and then the guy came in, and then one guy left the other guy to be with the guy. Open relationships are probably the hottest topic and the most controversial topic in the gay scene right now, because it's becoming more and more and more common and more and more and more the norm. Sex positivity is on the rise, and all of these things are on the rise, and open relationships in my mind are really they're the top of emotional security and emotional confidence, and some of the most successful couples that I know are in successful open relationships. Now, that open relationship, there has to be, most of the time, a security of we are in love. You are my life partner.
Yeah.
You are the person I'm building my life around, and vice versa. And even though you are my spaghetti and meatballs that I love having every night for dinner, I don't want it every night for dinner.
Garfield-shaped pizza.
I want some sushi sometimes. I want some pizza sometimes. So all the other guys out there, they're my takeout food, and you are my dinner.
Can I just ask you, does that mean Japanese and Italian people?
No.
Yeah, that's what I figured, you asshole, Kyle. It's 2019. Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry we brought someone who's
You guys
non-inclusive.
know what I mean. You guys know what I mean. Like, it's sometimes it is almost, for some people... I think the ultimate ideology for people in open relationships is it's a little impractical to be with one person for the rest of your life. You know? So you might want to dip out. So I think that's the idea is that you're my relationship, you're my boyfriend, you're the love of my life, you're my life partner. I'm gonna go sleep around sometimes, and you do you. And you know, just like I said, the grayscale before between boyfriends and buddies. That's where men with men sometimes meet in the middle, because we're all horny and we all want different things.
Hear you.
And for those couples who can, I'm making a meter sign on the wall for everybody who's listening.
He's doing it over our like wall of like pins and fucking thread and pictures.
So I will say, like, open relationships, like I know many people in open relationships.
However, this person's not in the wrong.
Nobody's in the wrong here. I don't think any single person is in the wrong here. No,
you're allowed to sleep with other, presumably, unless your open relationship has rules.
Well, that is the thing. That is
breaking.
that's the difference between open relationships and polyamory. Is polyamory typically doesn't really have rules. It's free love.
Sometimes they do.
I think they do. So like the girl I was seeing who was very much a polyamorous relationship was like she wouldn't spend the night anywhere. You know what I mean? So like she could sleep with whoever she wants, but like at the end of the night she would go home. And I think that was more of a like, I just want to make sure you're safe. And I think polyamory, I think, in order to be successful, needs sort of ground rules.
Sure.
The same way that like open relationships do.
Yes.
And I don't necessarily think they're the same rules, and I don't think they're going to be the same rules from couple to couple to couple. You know what I mean? Even within, like, if the three of us were in a polyamorous relationship,
which is my life goal, by the way, which is my absolute
three of
life
us,
goal.
man. I wish.
I think the rules could be different per partner. You know what I mean? Like, I could have a different set of rules for you, and I could have a different set of rules for Niall, and you could have a different set of rules for Niall.
I'm not allowed to put clothes on, and Kyle's not allowed to take his butt plug out.
Yeah.
Yes, never.
If
Never
how
take
would
it
you
out.
fuck 'em?
Damn it.
Always.
Regardless of what the rules are, I think it requires a really high set of emotional security and emotional intelligence and all. You have to be really good with yourself. Like, I know I'm at this point in my life, I'm far too jealous of a person to be able to pull any of that off.
Which is fine.
I don't disagree with it. I don't think it's a bad way to be. I think it's probably, like I said, some of the most successful couples I know are in open relationships or polyamorous
I think
relationships.
if you can pull it off, it's great. I just don't think a lot of people can. But with regards to this question, though, I don't think they're not in the wrong. Like,
No,
it's fine.
absolutely
If you
not.
meet somebody and you
Nobody's in the wrong
prefer
with
them
this question.
to
If
somebody else,
someone-
you don't know what other issues are behind the whatever. It's not up to you to feel bad about this person you
don't
don't
feel bad.
know.
You entered
because
into
somebody
something
made
that
a
was-
choice that you also agree. Like, fuck
Absolutely.
it. Get over it.
The only way you should feel bad is if you find
you
out
did
this
something
person,
wrong.
if this person was lying about being in an open relationship.
Yeah.
Even then, you've done nothing wrong.
Even then,
Like,
it's not on
the
you.
information given to you was false. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's fair to like I've definitely slept with women who have had boyfriends, but I didn't know about them, and that information sort of came up, and I felt fucking terrible about it. And it's like, you're 100% okay to feel terrible about that, but if you didn't know about it beforehand,
Right.
it's out of your hands. at
Yeah,
that
so
point, you know
don't
what I
worry
mean?
about it. Like, don't lose sleep over it. I think the biggest point to get across is, if you're dealing in open relationships in any way, if you're the person going into sleeping with somebody in an open relationship, or if you're the person in an open relationship, you have to be really, really, really strong emotionally to take on anything that might come up, like one person leaving the other person, and vice versa, or anything like that.
You have to understand
It
the parameters.
It requires a lot of emotional strength, and
Yeah.
kudos to anybody that does it. I really do think it's practical. I really honestly do.
Yeah,
I think
I'm pretty sure I've talked about this before. I can't remember if I definitely have, and I don't remember if I left it in the podcast and cut it out or not. But like, I used to have really bad jealousy issues with all of my exes. You know what I mean?
and jealousy will eat you alive.
Until I
Jealousy
met
kills
Jealousy will eat you
relationships.
alive.
this girl that I dated for a while, who was in this polyamorous relationship, and like, she sort of taught me how to like deal with jealousy, because like it's a natural human emotion.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And
The thing is, like, there's nothing wrong with feeling it, but there's a lot of things wrong about acting on it.
and it's how
Absolutely.
you process it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, a lot of the times, you ask yourself the question: Is this a jealousy thing for me or for them? You know what I mean? Like, are they doing something intentionally to hurt me,
Exactly.
to make me jealous,
Or is it just a fucking self-hang-up?
or am I self-conscious about this for whatever reason? Because if it's for me,
Right.
then I need to sort of like do a self-reflection and sort of figure it out.
Yep.
And if I've come to the conclusion that they're doing something that makes me feel like shit, then I talk to them. And if it's something that I'm just insecure about, then I fucking deal with it. You find a way to process that and be like, oh, cool. Like, now I know about myself that I feel a little insecure with people who are younger than me, or
Yeah.
people who are taller than me, or
that.
whatever. You know what I mean? And it's like it was one of the most valuable lessons I learned when I was single, and that's why I so like passionately suggest people date multiple people before they get into a relationship.
Yeah.
Oh,
because,
100%.
Because you learn these things about yourself. You learn, like, I was always like, when Amanda and I were open, I was always sort of like jealous about people who were taller than me. Because I'm not a big guy. I'm like 5'7", you know what I mean? So like I always thought that like Amanda preferred people who were taller.
I love that you say that out loud too. I love that you say that on a podcast because there are so many guys who feel that way. Like Napoleon syndrome is a fucking thing. Bulldog syndrome.
Well, you
like,
look at
even
like
you look
online
at dating, it's like, oh, people under this height need not apply.
Like
the
most common thing on Tinder is girls listing their height and being like, you must be this tall, or like,
which is insane.
Either posting height restrictions or posting their height as a way of
being
like a deterrent.
like,
you know what I mean? Because
Which
like,
I've never understood because I think short people are so unbelievably sexy. Like that is one of my one of my like 5 things of like a must. Like I think
Name all
short
5.
people are so. No, I can't.
Do it right now.
No, I can't.
Do it.
Brandon said he won't listen to this episode.
All 5. He will.
Okay.
I love you, Brandon.
Shit. Okay, short.
Okay.
I love bald. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I love beards.
Uh-huh.
Big dicks.
Oh my god.
And this one is the weirdest one, and anybody who knows me knows that it's a thing.
Flower shirts.
I love dark circles under a guy's eyes. I think are really
as an
sexy.
insomniac.
Oh my god.
Did I
You're
just
describing Dane.
I think that dark circles under
describing
a
Dane.
guy's eyes are so fucking
Guys, should
hot.
I leave this closet?
Dane doesn't have dark circles.
Look,
I do
he
find
does right
Dane
now. Look at
incredibly
that
sexy.
shadow.
I've always found Dane incredibly sexy.
Dane is incredibly sexy.
Those
I'm
are
feeling
my
left
5,
out here.
Those are my 5 biggest turn-ons. 100%.
My husband put his dick in my cup of water and didn't tell me. By throwaway 098765444. This is not a shit post. I wish it was. I'm deeply disturbed. The other night after sex, as my husband and I were getting up and getting dressed, I asked if he could grab me a glass of ice water. He was on his way out of the room and said sure. He wasn't mad about it, and sex was fine. We weren't fighting. We've been having a pretty good week. As I walk in the kitchen, he hands me the glass of water. Don't know what came over me, but I got this sixth sense. I don't know how else to describe it. Maybe it was his shit-eating grin, but I flat out asked him, "Did you put your dick in this?" He looked shocked and taken aback by my question, and for a split second, I thought maybe I was being an idiot. He then says, "How did you know?" I was furious. It was such a strange situation, so I just dumped it out and brushed it off. Don't know what else to do. The next day I asked him about it. I asked why he did it. He said, "I don't know." I told him it made me kind of upset. Like I can't trust him to give me a glass of water. It hurt my feelings. He immediately got defensive, got into a fight about trust, and he said he didn't understand what the big deal was. I said, "So what? Do you put my toothbrush in the toilet when you fight?" He said, "No, of course not." But he had that same shit-eating grin. I don't know if he'd ever do that. And maybe it was just the way I phrased it, or that the fight was about him putting a dick in my glass of water. But what the fuck? I don't know what to think. Am I overreacting?
Is it done?
That's it?
Here's the thing. I bet he didn't.
But I probably.
I 100% bet he did not do that.
Well, the thing is...
And she was like, "Did you put my dick?" And it's like, it was so ridiculous. It was like, how'd you know? Like, I would do that to Amanda.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Have you
Or...
guys
she
ever
asked
seen
me-
Mr. and Mrs. Smith?
Yes?
That's what it reminds me of. Just...
They'll just run around dunking their genitalia in every surface. Like,
Brad Pitt dunking his dick in Angelina Jolie's water and then it turning into like
I can see that.
a huge husband versus wife.
I like how you put husband and judgment together into hudgment. It's amazing. That's We officially have coined a new phrase.
Hudgment.
Hudgment Day. Can this be our... But
I feel
also,
like they're both. It's just like it's very like both shifty eyed. Like did you not? Did you?
The thing is,
It was very entertaining.
there's 2 scenarios.
It's like a
Either
chess
he
game.
didn't and said he did, or he always does.
Yeah, just like, regardless of what she asks for.
Right?
I'm going to rub my dick on this.
That's the thing. Like,
Hey, can you take the garbage out? Absolutely.
See,
that's the thing. I don't think it was a once-off. It was either it never happened or it always happens. Right?
this is just husband and wife chess.
If you dunk your dick in ice cold water, it's going to be fucking apparent. You know what I mean? Like, it's... Like, there's a visible tell that you've just dunked your dick.
Maybe he's
ice
a
water.
rapid shriveler.
I mean, yeah, I mean, maybe he's
Maybe it
not
wasn't that
working-
cold. Maybe he dunked, then
She
put the
asked
ice
for
in.
ice water.
Maybe he dunked, then put
It
the ice
doesn't
in.
matter.
He's a master criminal.
That's true. Maybe
Shit-eating grin. You don't know.
Lukewarm water.
They have some psychoanalysts. They have that. You shouldn't be that suspicious of your husband or wife. I'm thinking of Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and I'm thinking of Death Note when the two people are just trying to play emotional chess and fuck with each other's heads. That's what this is. This goes beyond dick in the water.
My thing is, I 100% guarantee you this guy did not put his dick in the water.
What if he did?
To be fair, that's the thing. What if he did, Dane?
Are you asking me? What if?
What if?
Yeah, I mean, maybe he did. But
I kind of hope he did.
No, we're not saying maybe. We're saying what if.
I kind of hope he did.
My opinion is that he either
did,
didn't or he always does. I don't think there's an in-between.
What if she just came up with it out of nowhere? That's what I don't want. I think that's worst case scenario. I just hope that...
And he was just like...
Like, why that day? Why did she... Like, is she psychic?
Or is she nuts and paranoid?
Yeah. It's either once... Or, sorry, it's either never or it's all the time. I don't think this happened to just be the one time.
I have never been more tempted to put my dick in my boyfriend's cup of water, ever.
Do it. Then report back. Don't.
To be fair, all the cups you've been drinking out of have had a serious dick swirl.
Oh, here's the other thing. Do you not suck your husband's dick? So what if he fucking puts his dick in your water?
That's also kind of it.
I like it. It's like a lemon.
Have you ever
It's like a lemon? How bitter is his dick?
No, just a little bit of essence.
That's fair. Ooh.
I'm never going to your restaurant ever.
Hey,
can I have an ice water, please?
Forget it. Edit all this out.
With some essence.
Would you like a lemon with it? Yeah, please. Thank you. That'd be great. Absolutely.
So,
I think that's where we're gonna end it, boys.
Yeah. Well, I have 7 more questions, but
nice catch. Oh.
Dane dropped his fucking phone.
I almost did, but
he got it.
Well, guys, Dane has to read out our sex rating.
It's true. Today.
Okay, hold on. We gotta thank people.
Yeah, we can do it right now.
Do it right now.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Happy fucking Pride.
Happy Pride. Thanks for listening.
If you have a question, you can hit us up on a variety of social medias. You can find us on Facebook at FCK Buddies Podcast. You can also find us on Twitter at FCK_Buddies, or you can email us at fbuddiespodcast@gmail.com. Now, usually Niall does the honors of this, but today I'm going to be reading our sex writing. Am I reading this whole thing?
Yeah.
Why not?
Wait a second. I forgot about this.
Yeah,
we're doing it. I think it is?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I have to leave.
I'm not going to say it's bad, because maybe the author is in the room with us.
We don't know.
Maybe.
Wait.
Am I reading this whole thing?
Yeah, just go and we'll see.
Okay, are you guys comfortable?
Hold on.
I am not comfortable.
Go for it.
I don't even remember this.
Oh, I love it.
Can we give some context?
Nope.
Fine.
Jax always teased me for a while before he let me enter him. But this time, he got into position, squeezed the base of my cock so it was standing long, hard, and alert, then sat himself right down on it. He rode me harder than ever before. He grinded himself on me so hard I felt like we were going to fuse together. He covered my mouth to cover up my screams of pleasure, but made sure we made eye contact. His eyes piercing mine. If I tried to look away, he pulled me right back in. The intensity was unbearable. It wasn't long before I erupted all the day's tension inside of him. After I came, everything I was worried about disappeared for a moment. The feeling relief was warm, like a goose feather blanket. I closed my eyes for a minute and felt like I was in heaven with Jack still placed on my lap. When my eyes, he was still staring right into my eyes. Just as intense as before. Maybe even more intense. Did you enjoy that case? I nodded yes. Good. Because we will never have it again. You won't have anything even comparable to how good that was. I hope the memory of how I just rocked you keeps you awake at night, knowing you'll never have it again. I hope you crave it. I hope you know someone else is enjoying it instead of you. Now get your half-hard dick out of my ass and get the fuck out of my house.
That was where I wanted you to read till at least.
Okay, we good?
At least.
Hold on, let me get this next paragraph. He knew my confession was the truth. Like I said, he was unpredictable. It was one of the things I loved about him. On my way out, he yelled, "Congratulations! You'll make a great dad, cocksucker!"
What?
He had an ass baby!
Oh my god!
Oh my god, it came full circle!
Literally.
No, that's not how it goes.
Yep. And then Jax produces a baby
Out of his butt.
If only Case had gotten him Plan B.
Oh,
Not
shit!
so stupid now, am
Dane's
I,
been
Kyle?
vindicated. I love how Dan had never read that before, and we've said all this bullshit this entire
Oh
episode.
my god. Just to be clear, I don't support goose feather pillows. Like, don't use animals. Use good old fashioned fluff.
Oh, guys, I'm not even gonna do a Dan because I'm pretty sure.
We have to do it.
Oh, you want to do that? Fine.
We have
whatever.
to. We can't end the episode without a Dan.
So you guys ready for the most recent Dan? If I yell anything, it's in capital letters, right?
Okay.
So Dan says, "How nerds get a girlfriend." Shocking! Happy Pride, guys.
I will raise this baby as my own under the condition that you make a promise to me and a promise to God that you will never have lustful feelings for another man again.
That's bullshit right there.
My name is Dave Miller.
I'm Kyle Crawford.
And I'm Niall Spain. Good night. Good Pride. And we love your butt.
Are your